On tonight's Real Housewives of OC, some women are afraid of psychics, others are afraid of Shannon Bedore. We're going to break it all down right here at AFTERBUZZ TV. It's the Real Housewives of Orange County.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, AfterBuzzers. Welcome. You know what we're here to talk about. The OC bitches. You guys can find me at all times on my podcast, Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk. And joining me tonight, back to give his perspective and to cut for Shannon, here he is.
I am back. It's DJ Richie Skye. You guys can stalk me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Skye.
Hey guys, I'm Lian Castillo. You can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian. And check out my blog at hollywoodlian.com. I have some new updates, including a little spot on Curb Your Enthusiasm this season. So check that out.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, let's get into tonight's show. Mystic Mistake is the name of this episode. Right away, this is how we know Lydia is only on this show to promote the magazine.
Yeah.
Because they have to go, and later, it doesn't even make sense. They're not even like making it work for me. Because they're going for the magazine to Iceland, but Iceland is a place where men want to explore. So let's send 9 housewives and a baby and an infant.
That comment made no sense.
What?
I didn't even know that men go to Iceland.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Why aren't we there? Let's go to Iceland.
Well, Iceland is like the new, like, posh space to go. People are always, recently, I'd say in the last year and a half, I've noticed a lot of my friends have been going. It's like, for whatever reason, the new it place to go.
It's the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights. It's like the green sky and the sun doesn't set and you get to whoop it up for like 14 hours.
Yeah.
Whoop it up.
I'd rather go to like Mykonos or something. Like that's another one of those things.
When is somebody going to go there?
Yeah. Well, we saw Erica Jane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that was like an overnight. Like we need, like, let's go for like a couple days. I'm not interested in seeing anyone hike a glacier. I like the drone shots, like production value, good, but I don't care about any of those things. But anyway, so Iceland, it comes together quite quickly, and I was thinking, we'll talk about it, but I was like, wow, these women are already going there. I guess, you know what, we've had so much filler, just let's move this along.
Yeah, it happened pretty quickly. I did notice that, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it too. Just go.
Just go. I know. We waited for this trip.
Get drunk
Because
on
I
a
feel
glacier.
like this is the only time we're going to see them all together besides the reunion.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep.
We've waited enough. So Tamra calls Shannon. And this is when we were talking about last week, how just like Tamra's really being pushed. And I'm curious to know what's going to happen in the future with these two. And how long this friendship is really going to last.
Okay, this is my thought on that. Because, I analyzed the scene.
Okay.
So, Tamra asks Shannon about the conversation with David.
Yes.
She brought it up.
Yes.
But in her confessional, she said Shannon keeps bringing it up. And Shannon says the same thing. She's like, well, I don't, why are we continuing to talk about it? Because you asked the question.
Yeah. Wait, so who initially asked it? Remind me?
Tamra.
I guess Tamra
Okay.
did, but
She did.
That's
so
fine.
if you don't want to talk about something, if you don't want it to be made into an issue, Tamra, don't bring it up.
Well, Tamra's the queen of bringing up stuff she doesn't want to talk about.
It's like, okay, you can't be mad at her for reacting that way when if you're telling her don't give it any energy, well, you're giving it energy by talking about it
totally.
on the show.
Yeah, but I think it's also Shannon's reaction. Like, you can play it off by not giving it any life, but by being like, this again, do we have to talk? I already told you guys, like, I don't feel like my husband had bad intentions, but instead she just gets emotional and riled up, and I think that's where the problem is.
Shannon does get riled up.
About everything.
But I live for it because I feel like I really enjoy people that just kind of live. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes Shannon lives a little much. I get it.
We're going to talk about it. Oh, yeah.
But if you think about it, somebody on the show needs to.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to actually not be so rehearsed.
Well, I'm just glad
especially
that
next to
Tamra said
Tamra.
F you and threw the phone rehearsed or not, that was great. And that was truthful.
I think that that's a good moment between two people that are actually friends. I really do feel like they have a
Yeah.
genuine
Yeah.
friendship,
Yeah.
you know, and it's probably one of those frustrating friend moments.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Shannon did say she talked to David about it, about the grilling, and David just said that he was only confused. That's all that it was about. I still believe these two had a conversation that he had to say something to get to the bottom of it on her behalf.
You know how Shannon is, especially when it comes to cancer and
Yeah. I mean,
I really don't think so. I
Really?
think
I
I think
think
it
so.
actually happened the way that it was shot. I think he walked into the conversation, he asked the questions, and that was it.
yeah, but don't you think though that she like talked his ear off about it? Like, I don't know. What's the
think she
deal?
might
Is
have-
does she have the
she might
BRCA
have-
gene?
I
Blah,
think
blah,
she
blah.
might have mentioned it, and then when he walked in on it, I think that part was authentic.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the whole Deco thing where he kind of he's now a housewife. So now he's got to
Oh,
ask the
yes.
questions.
He totally
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
I'm
So
so
he
done
threw
with those
himself
people.
into the middle of that. And they know Shannon's an easy target.
he's the new Peter Thomas is what he is.
Literally.
He is
Literally.
the
Yeah,
new
I mean,
Peter
I'm
Thomas.
going on
The new PK.
record. I mean, I just
Yes.
I cannot with this family, this Peggy and her family. I can't even pretend to be interested anymore. I have no interest in her. I have less of an interest in the husband.
I feel like we're seeing too. I mean, I know that she's brand new, so we want to expose as much of her as possible. But I don't really want to
Please.
see her family. I'd rather see the other families, to be honest with you. I'd rather see more of
would, yeah.
Brianna and like Steve
Yeah.
or even David. Like I love David's chip eating. I mean, I could
that.
watch him
Yeah.
eat chips all day long. His facial expressions say it all.
I was gonna save this for later, but I don't enjoy Peggy with her family when I'm seeing her with her family. I enjoy Peggy when she's going at it with somebody else.
Me too.
Because she is
rare.
she is completely bitchy and I love it. But she doesn't
Exactly.
I don't feel like she completely owns it.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I
But
know.
I feel
she
like she
brings it out,
doesn't
it's
even
good.
know she's a
Yeah.
bitch. Like
brings
Exactly,
it
like
out, it's
Camille
good.
Grammer, like you knew what you were getting.
Oh my
You know
God.
what I mean? Like she was a proud bitch. Like,
Right.
she would come
She's
at you.
unapologetic.
Exactly.
Unapologetic.
You know, but
This
I feel
one like
like-
recoils back.
So
and
it's like,
wait,
you were
own
an
it.
aggressive bitch later, like so.
Yeah.
But then you kind of defused it with the crying.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't know why she cried. She should have just kept going. She was on a good roll.
Yeah, she was.
She was letting
talk
everybody
about
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Meanwhile, though, Vicki is living a stressful life, guys. It's really stressful. We had a beautiful montage of screaming moments across 12 seasons of
Which
time.
I absolutely love.
I love Bravo's montage.
And then
I
it made
know.
me realize how much I really love Vicki. I mean,
Right?
I hate what she's done. I wish we could just like sort of delete
Yeah.
all of the Brooke stuff.
Yeah.
And then just kind of let us live in the alternate reality that he never happened.
Yeah.
But she's still great.
She is.
I'm team
I love
Vicki.
her.
I'm very loyal. I love
Me
an
too.
original.
Me too.
I take her with her flaws. She's not perfect. She's, stirred up a lot of stuff, but
Even when she's flawed, she's perfect. Like when she said, "I'm gonna punish them for them not being my friends." Genius. Loved it.
It's
I have
insane.
respect for her. I just
amazing.
for her position in Housewives Kingdom. I have a respect for her.
Yeah.
I will agree with you on that, and I do actually enjoy. I don't mind frenemies. I don't like enemies
Okay.
on Housewives.
They're enemies.
You know what
now.
I'm saying?
They're not friends.
When
Yeah.
it becomes to the point where they're enemies, then it's like, because I need you guys to interact
Yeah,
and mix it up.
where do we
you
go
know?
Yeah.
from here?
You know, yell at each other some more. I like it.
Yeah. I know. I know.
That was the one good thing about this episode. We had like a good amount of
Yelling.
drama.
Yes.
Yeah. Vicky's so dramatic though. She goes, "Can you check for a broken heart?" And I'm like, "Oh Lord."
Victim.
So she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to die from a stroke because of Tamra and Shannon.
Well, that whole
That's I'm like, oh, okay, that's it.
Okay, I just want to pass out right now. I think that I really do feel like she wants her friendship back with them.
She does.
And I really wish they would go back to at least mingling.
Yes.
And maybe
It's
they
so
will on
stupid.
vacation, but I just want them to commingle and
Yeah.
know-
Do you know? I mean, well, I want to wait, but I'm going to say to that point, like, do you know how much energy it must take to have to ignore someone when you're on a
Yes,
flight to
thank
Iceland?
you. I said this
I hate
a
it.
couple episodes ago. Like, how could you be in the same room and not speak to someone? I mean, we've all done it. I've ignored someone in the room, but you're
have
right.
to,
It does take a lot of effort.
Yeah. And now you're like in close quarters, on a flight. There's like what, 2 bathrooms in first class or whatever. We're probably in like.
Not to mention
business,
you're in
but-
your 50s. Like, come on, ladies.
I know.
And you got drinks.
Like if you
When
know.
I have drinks, I can have a good time with just about anybody.
But if
you.
if there's someone you don't like and they're sitting back left over your shoulder, don't you feel an energy the whole time if you're in a theater, in a
Yes,
car, on a
yes.
bus, on a plane?
That's when
Okay.
you take the champagne, you down it, you turn around and go, all right, let's just talk it out for a little bit.
Now, in real life, I would ignore the hell out of this person for the rest of my life. However, on the show,
Yeah.
I would still try to interact because I think we all know what makes a good show.
And you
but
have a job to do.
I know,
Exactly.
but if you have a distaste in someone, though, like, don't you feel like you can feel their energy?
That's
can,
fine.
you can.
Bring that distaste
Ugh.
to the camera. We want to
Exactly.
see
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, yes.
Exactly.
That's what kind of leading to my point. Yeah, like all this like stuff is like, do something with it. Yeah, I mean, it's
Keep
like
it dynasty level bitchy and just keep it moving.
Yes, but just to
Perfectly
bring up
said.
something about Vicki and the heart thing, even though she played it off with some little comedic lines about being a victim and the whole broken heart thing, having those type of heart issues in your family, that is kind of scary. So I
Yeah.
don't want to downplay that just
Yeah.
because in my family, I actually have that kind of hereditary gene. That is exactly what my mom died, actually. So it's kind of scary. It's a little personal, and I totally felt for Vicki. When she threw the little comedic lines out, I mean, obviously it made the air a little bit lighter. So
But that's classic, Vicki.
Yeah.
but I love that she kind of downplayed it. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's scary. So I feel for Vicki.
Yeah,
we
I mean,
love you, boo.
He's like, oh, your EKG was abnormal. You have extra heart sound, maybe a blockage. It's enlarged heart chamber, but it's nothing to worry about. I mean, it's kind of a lot.
Why
to
do they
drop
do
on
that? Doctors
someone.
are notorious for doing that. Like, you can die.
Yeah,
but maybe not.
your heart might be blocked, but I wouldn't worry about it.
I know you
What?
just
Wait,
said
hold
some
on.
really
But
crazy
you know what though?
things.
They probably say that all the time. It's kind of like, okay, this is really nothing new. I mean, it's yeah.
I guess they just have to tell
I
you
would
the
be
worst,
very
right?
nervous by
Yeah.
that. I would be very anxious about that. Megan's
because it
house.
doesn't do any good to like alarm the
Yeah.
patient.
I guess not. Yeah, I mean,
They're
You
like,
don't
I'm
want
gonna
them-
have a heart palpitation now. Thanks a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, thank
so
you,
maybe
yeah.
that's it.
I love how she is like, I know you're not a therapist.
That
but
was probably
I'm
my
just
favorite
going through all.
part. That was my favorite part. His look, he looked like a telenovela star. Like, who is this doctor? She's like, I'm sorry, this turned into a therapy session, basically.
I guess when you have a lot on your mind, you'll talk to anyone that will listen. Like I can relate.
Well, she
It's
doesn't have
true.
anybody else to film with, so she might as well
Poor
tell
girl.
him.
I know. Well,
Oh.
Coco or whatever his name is,
She's over
Goose
here
or
like-
whatever the hell that little boy is busy.
Literally, if she's not with her family, she's with Kelly, and that's it.
Poor
Yeah,
Vicki, she's letting it all out on the doctor because she has no one else to film with.
I know.
So sad.
This used to be her show. Can we I mean, really though? Mystic is visiting Megan. And Mystic, the psychic. And Megan just learned, she's supposed to be all into this. She had a candle business. She just learned that lavender is supposed to be relaxing.
Oh, Megan. Oh, Megan.
That bothered me.
I was just hoping that top wouldn't fall off. Didn't it
Oh,
look like
she
it
was
was just
hanging
hanging by a
out.
thread?
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
hanging out, yeah. So
She looked good.
everyone is invited except Vicki and Kelly. And they're not attending because they're both scared. Well, one of them is scared of psychics, and
So
Kelly
funny.
just doesn't leave her house. Peggy's not interested, but she's there anyway. But she's not there for the psychic. She let us know she's not there. It's like these women are like checking in with their priest. It's like, don't worry, I'm just going to shoot.
I know.
Not
The
here for
psychic thing
psychic.
is hilarious. Like, it's classic Vicki. You know what I mean? Like, it's from the devil. I don't want to go there. And then now that we have Lydia in the mix, she's just going to join in on
know.
the fun as well.
So Shannon enters, and
Don't like
I know we're gonna talk. I know. Let's talk about it. Lydia is another one who's doing absolutely nothing for me, and I hate to be so complaining, but I really she rubs me the completely wrong
She
way.
absolutely rubs me the wrong way.
Her husband rubs me the wrong way.
I mean, the fact it's just it's
I
upsetting
mean, he
that
can rub me still. But still.
they're on the show though, and they're here to promote the magazine. Like, this is not the season to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
one thing to have someone with, like, every season we have to suffer through Lisa Vanderpump just being on there to promote businesses. But at least, arguably,
I mean, they're
most of the
fabulous.
people would have other
They're
things
amazing
going on.
businesses.
Fabulous.
This Nobleman magazine is not very appealing.
And it's not even appealing to women who are the main, contrary to this panel, are like the main demo of Housewives.
Pretty much.
So, I mean, Noble, like, please.
I don't know.
just can't
Maybe
with her.
people in Iceland will buy the magazine.
Yeah, shout
Isn't
out
it like
to
$20-something, like an encyclopedia?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true. It's not
quarterly.
like a regular,
That's how they can get away with it.
Yeah, it's not like a regular magazine.
Oh,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Shout out to friends of the Real Housewives podcast. I was listening to them this weekend, and they were talking about how they think Lydia lives in like a different dimension of like time. Like they feel like she's like stopped like maturing. Like not this. I'm using like subtext, but like she is just kind of like stuck in like even her outfit at this
Stuck
party.
in a 12-year-old's body.
Her mindset, her look was like very 90s. Like
She's stuck
like,
in the same season she was in before she left.
Yeah.
That's what she's stuck in.
yeah.
She's
I mean the Paris
boredom.
level, Paris Hilton level money, like that's not even relevant now.
Like who?
You know what I mean? I love Paris.
says that?
You know what I mean? Wouldn't you say like, oh, we have Kardashian money? Like
You
that's
could say that.
You know what I mean? Like that's
even
the
that's
current
annoying.
status. Oh, it is. But at
You're
least it's
just
well current.
automatically a douche for saying that.
Yeah, I feel like she just like lives in like 2002. You know, I just do.
I mean, I know it was filmed a long time ago, but I would feel pretty shitty saying statements like, I'm Paris Hilton rich, when there's like people in other countries dying and all sorts of natural disasters going on. Like, I know you didn't mean to say that. You know what I mean? It's just like bad timing. Left kind of a sour taste in my mouth. She's annoying.
Yeah.
She is.
So Peggy, like I said, she wasn't interested in this cycle, but Shannon is. She enters, and she starts talking about her husband, saying like, "Oh,
She starts talking about food.
oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? She walked in and what did she say?
Oh,
She's
we're gonna
like,
be eating something fried tonight."
Yes, that was amazing. Oh, bravo. You guys are so shady. And I love
Isn't
it.
that what you guys think when you go to somebody's house though? Like I'm always
I'm not
thinking
a
about the food.
foodie,
I am.
no.
I want to know what you got. What we drinking?
Actually,
I want to know about a good drink.
you're right.
I'm just saying.
I'm always
This is why I
hungry.
feel like she's real. Like that's what we
Yeah.
think
No,
when I
like,
go to your house.
I'm loving this part
Yeah.
about Shannon. Like the best thing Shannon's ever done to me.
Is gain weight?
No.
Oh.
When she said, "I'm just gonna have a nacho," that was the best thing Shannon has ever done on the show.
I love Shannon. I can't get enough of her. I really can't.
But Shannon doesn't
She
hold back.
thrills me.
She
Well, you
says,
know what?
you know,
It's not like you're alone. Everyone loves
Yeah.
Shannon.
She
Everyone.
me.
I know. Shannon says that her husband has done bad things, but attacking Deco was not one of them.
He's done a lot of bad things.
Deco, no one's attacking you. No one's even checking for you, boo. Go away. Go away.
Who gonna check me, baby?
Shannon gets read by the spiritual. And we're teased that she had a negative aura, but in this episode, they made it sound like she was good.
Yeah,
You know,
they
Bravo
didn't-
is always like that. They're always making
Yeah.
it seem like, Bravo.
See, I made a mistake. So I was like, oh, where's Lydia? How come we haven't gotten a... At this point, we learned, like you said, Vicki, her pastor said not to go. So we got excuses from everyone else. We don't know why Lydia wasn't here. So I was waiting for the excuse.
Right?
Unfortunately, the door opened and there she was.
We were all very
Notably,
disappointed.
she missed most of the reading.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
I think she like waited in the car.
She probably did. Well, she was probably telling production, let me know when the psychic crap is
I
over.
think so, because she left with Peggy, who was one of the first ones there. So maybe she was reading Nobleman. Better her than me.
She's like, I don't want to be near the psychic. I don't believe in psychics. I don't believe in drag queens. Blah, 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 blah. Christian.
Well, not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with
But
it.
it's for this show. I feel like you're gonna play the game. You're gonna be game to do these things. you
Yeah,
know?
well,
You
she's
can't be
playing the Christian
afraid.
card is what I'm
She
saying.
plays it when she wants to, but yet, in like, you know, we talked about this before, then she can just talk about chopping off balls at
Oh, yeah.
a moment's
Yeah.
notice. So it works for her when it works for her.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
the
it
moment
is.
that you mentioned my husband's balls, I'm going to tell you, wait, why are you thinking about my husband's balls?
Yeah.
Or my boobs that I mentioned.
She's weird. Like,
Okay.
she's weird.
No,
saying
I
that,
feel like she
yeah.
just pulls the Christian card whenever she feels like she wants to get out of jail.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't
Yeah.
mean that there's something bad with being a Christian. Like,
No, and I'm not
No,
saying
she- no,
that.
she
Yeah,
did-
I got
it's
you.
but she
the
pulls that
card
card.
that she plays. Like,
Yeah.
Vicki pulls out
She has a double
the card
standard. Lydia has.
sometimes,
I
too.
agree. Lydia has a double standard when it comes to these things. I mean,
You know, Vicki, you
just-
said
I-
biblical tonight.
I just don't understand. This is what I just don't understand. Why Lydia is back on this show. I didn't understand it when I heard the rumors, when Bravo confirmed it, when the show started. I've been waiting. I'm here and I'm still not seeing
Well,
it.
we know why she came back on for the magazine, but we don't know why Bravo brought her on.
Yeah, I just don't
If she
get
didn't
it.
have Shannon to fight with, then we really wouldn't be talking about her anyway.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I
Honestly.
like about her. I love that she always goes after Shannon. She puts her in her place, and she says what we're all thinking. She's like, you know what? It's always something with you. It's just like drama.
Nobody's thinking that.
Yes, we are thinking that.
Nobody watching this show and giving it ratings is thinking that about Shannon.
Please. Yes, they are.
It's not my plate.
It's like an 80-20. There's 80% of you guys out there. You guys love Shannon, but there is a small 20% pool. I'm in that pool. We just do not get it. She's a nagger. She's annoying. She's a Debbie Downer, and she brings bad energy.
No, she brings ratings.
But I like
Go,
her.
Shannon.
I like her on the show. But I mean,
She's
but wait.
honest.
Though, to be honest, I mean, it's getting to a point where it's sad.
It's too
That's
honest.
the thing.
Okay.
It's too
Crying every day.
I mean,
Okay,
it's-
listen.
I like her, but it's too much.
It is too much.
Yes, she's a
Crying-
lot going on.
Do you cry every day?
Yeah, but do you? It's
don't-
one
listen,
thing.
I'm
It's
not-
it's one thing to
I'm
showcase.
not a crier, but I would be probably, and I think of my group of friends, I would be the Shannon because of my reaction to things.
Right.
I would be
No,
Kelly.
you can't. No, I wouldn't be. I'm not out of control with it though.
I'm Vicki.
I'm not out of
You
control.
don't throw plates.
I've done some pretty dramatic things, but
Yeah.
I am pretty much in control. Like you have to
Right.
push me really, really far.
Oh yeah, if you flip the switch on me, I'm coming. Yeah, I get it.
But I know when you're pushing my buttons.
The thing with her is though, it's too.
I don't think she knows that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with her though, it's too much to the point where it's like unhealthy for her to be on the show. It's one thing to be like Kelly Dodd crazy,
Yeah.
and have marital problems and touch on different things, but I mean, this show I think has just ruined her
No,
life.
I totally agree with you on that,
I
Grant.
think
And
it's
you've said it
David
before.
that's ruining her life.
No, it's not. How dare
it's
you?
the show. I think
I
it's
do.
the
I
show.
think, I
Come
think that
on.
I think that her issues with. I think that David and her had problems before the show. I think the show exposed those problems.
Yes.
To a broader audience,
Yes.
and now they have to deal with it.
Yes.
So she's either at some point, in my opinion, gonna have to say, "I'm gonna stay with you, and I'm gonna understand what type of person you are in this marriage." Or I'm gonna leave and just try to be a
But
healthier
what kind of person is he? A tired husband?
Well, I mean, we have no idea what's going on in the actual relationship. But what I'm saying is, as her being a character on the show, it's something about that relationship that's unhealthy
Her
for both
nagging.
of them.
Yeah.
Her nagging.
Well,
her
his cheating.
unsupportiveness.
His
That wa-
cheating.
That was
His
His cheating.
yeah.
That was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago.
I
We're
know, but that
moving-
was a big thing.
But I
for
know,
her.
but you don't
Oh
understand.
my
Could you
God, are you
imagine?
serious?
No, but when you're moving on, you can't be bringing up that stuff, especially if they moved on.
If you are married for years and your spouse cheats on you,
I'm not saying it's.
And you
it
still
is
see the
not
bitch.
an easy thing to get over.
No, I never said
it's
that.
a psychological battle. I'm sure she goes through it every day.
Absolutely. But if you want to move forward, you have to put your best foot forward. And she doesn't do that. She constantly relives. She's constantly in the past. She does not have her eye on the prize, which is making yourself
think she
better
knows what the
for your
prize
marriage.
is.
This is great.
I just don't think she
I'm loving
I
this
don't
come
think-
back.
I
I'm
don't-
loving it.
Because I don't really see him as being a prize.
You know what, though?
I
You
think
have to be
she
happy
has
with
to-
yourself if you want to make
I
someone
will
else
agree
happy.
with you on that. And
She's
I feel
not
like
happy.
she
No,
will not
she's
be
not a
happy
happy
with
person.
herself until.
And David's trying to make himself happy by working out, doing something positive for himself. Then can't you give him credit for that?
No.
She's not a happy person though. She's just not a happy person.
And I think that's what Tamra was saying tonight. She's like, dude, I see you cry every day. Like, every day it's something. And you set off about everything.
Girl, it's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry. We just don't want to listen to it every time.
Well, going back to the other fool, Lydia, she is very. She wants us to know she's being very open-minded. Good for you. And then she's like, I know where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Iceland, and everyone's excited except Peggy. She could just skip it. I don't know why she's not into this.
In my mind, I'm like,
please don't go.
Peggy to be like a Kardashian.
Ooh.
I
think she
want her
wants to
to
be a
be
Kardashian.
that.
I don't think you.
I'm gonna
that's
need
not
your
gonna happen.
personality to step up just a little bit for you to reach that pinnacle. You know what I'm
Courtney?
saying? That's what I want for her.
I would have
She's
hold
as
my
boring as
breath.
she's more boring than Courtney. At least Courtney says really funny, bitchy things sometimes. Peggy's been bitchy, but it hasn't been like super funny.
It's not fun.
Well, half the time she doesn't even understand what's going on. She doesn't understand the language.
I don't even think she understands what she's saying.
I think I put too much on Peggy. I think I do because I'm just, like many, I'm frustrated with the season. Maybe I just, I don't, but
You're lashing out, fans.
I'm lashing out. And I
You're Shannon.
despise those scenes with her and her husband. I'm so freaking sick
It's
of
true,
it.
ladies and gentlemen. I have to watch the shows with him, and he's just like, get her off the screen.
I go like this, like, get off. I mean, it's a waste of time. So that's me. Oh, sorry. So Lydia calls up Vicki and Kelly to invite them on speakerphone. And Kelly's into it, and Vicki...
I know.
Vicki's like, okay.
Why did they? I know. Why did they show a clip of that? I would have loved to see that. It was amazing.
I know.
She didn't say anything the entire time, and then she said, "Okay." So amazing. This is why we love Vicki.
Oh, yep. And Kelly, what is she talking about? This is going to be my jam.
That was amazing too.
I'm so excited.
Iceland's gonna be the jam.
Let me tell you, Kelly is probably one of my favorites this season.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm relieved when I see her.
She's
Like
so amazing.
it feels fun whenever she's on the screen.
The glowing of the blast at the restaurant, I was dying. God, she gives me life. I love Kelly.
Kelly reminds Vicki that she was left alone in Ireland and that these two are going to have to kind of be
I
a
love
team.
that moment.
That was hilarious
Yeah.
too.
Vicki's like apologizing again.
That was funny the way she did it too. She was like, I already apologized for that.
Check that's off the list.
She should do that with Tamra and Shannon. Just be nonchalant
I
about it
apologize
too.
already.
I know.
Apologize. Let's just move on, girls.
I know. Don't be bringing up, well, yes, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Peggy calls out Shannon for not returning her phone calls and texts. And Shannon says that she's still perplexed by the whole anniversary party. I love the term that she uses. Like, she's so dramatic.
I know.
She said that she asked David if he did grill Deco, and she just said that David was just confused, and that he was just trying to understand if she had cancer or not.
Okay, can I say something?
Please do.
I hope that beyond this week, we're never going to talk about this incident again. But I felt like Shannon and Peggy talked about this already right after the situation with Deco at the party.
They did.
Yeah.
So why
Shannon can't
are
let it
we
go.
still... Well, no, Peggy can't let it go because she's calling Shannon to talk about it some more. So why are we still... Like, why does Peggy still need to keep talking
It's a
about it?
storyline.
Well, okay, cool. So
Yeah.
then at that point, you bring it up in front of everybody?
Right,
Like,
right. I need to clear
convenient,
the
Peggy.
air. Yeah.
Amazing. Don't you think?
Convenient.
I
Because
liked
you know, Shannon, at that moment, it's like a short fuse.
Oh, you can see it when it clicks in
It
her
would have been
eyes.
a different story if she had said, hey, you know, in private, can I talk to you over
Yeah.
there?
Oh, you can
know?
see when that switch is flipped in,
Oh,
in Shannon's
Shannon
eyes.
is
Instantly,
like-
Shannon is deer in the headlights.
Boom.
It's her blood is boiling, and Lydia's ready to call it out.
And then
Yep.
she's like this. The entire-
My hot button is when I see you like this, and Shannon's like,
So,
I love that she turns into Godzilla.
yeah, she really does.
so then Peggy asks Shannon, do you trust your husband? And, you know, has he ever lied to you about anything else?
Loaded question.
See, okay.
That was a loaded question.
Now you guys know.
She didn't ask that for no reason but
She
to irk
poked
her.
the bear with
Yeah,
that
she
one.
did.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it though.
So bitchy.
Shannon says that she does trust him now, and that she asks, like, well, what do
Do
you
not
know?
go there.
You
It
must
doesn't
know
even make any
something. You must
sense.
know something. But I guess, I mean, I don't know. I thought Shannon could have overreacted a lot more than she did. Is that strange for me to say?
Yeah.
I feel like
She
she...
totally overreacted as she always does.
Because I feel like Peggy's inserting doubt about her husband perhaps cheating once again. Like, I feel like that would be... That is the worst thing you could insinuate to
yeah,
Shannon.
because it doesn't make any sense to
It
bring it
wasn't
up.
even relevant.
Exactly. Like, she could have been like,
Yeah, we
oh,
agree.
Did you, I know you talked about it with your husband. Like,
Yeah.
is he forgetful? Like, because obviously he's not telling you the whole story. But to say, do you trust him? Poking the bear.
And what more would Peggy have actually really wanted to accomplish with this conversation? I mean, although she didn't go there ever, because as Megan said, you're taking so long. But
Hurry the F up.
and can I just say
funny.
something? I miss Megan from when the first season she was on here. She had a lot more bite that
Yeah,
first season.
when she
used to say
when
stuff
she
like
went at
that.
Vicki,
Yep.
and that's what made
She's
me miss
another
her.
one, yeah.
She needs to bring it more.
She's
I need
another
more
one.
of her.
I
Totally agree
gotta
with
be
you.
fair if I'm gonna dog the other two. I mean, yeah, Megan's not doing anything, and now that I mean, it's like they gotta bring that baby on this trip too.
She did say that was funny when she did say that.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
She's like one of those
She's like,
friends.
you're taking too long.
She's like one of those friends that's like impossible to make plans with because they've always got like they're gonna do this, or they have a dog or whatever. I'm just like,
It's
oh,
always like
forget it. I just like forget it. Yeah, I'm just like forget it. When you call me, I'll
But you know
never
what
sit for
though?
you
I
again.
mean, to be fair, she's a new mom, and even though she has so much help and everything, it's hard to get the kids in the car and get everything going. Yeah. I get it.
Well, Lydia butts into this back and forth with Peggy and Shannon for whatever reason, but at least she's playing the game.
Yeah.
And she's something about telling Shannon to mad dog. What does that even mean? I
It
don't get
means
that.
like giving someone a dirty look. Didn't you go to 7th grade?
I never heard of that saying.
You never heard of that?
I would have told Lydia to shut up. I mean, honestly, I really because at that moment, I've already got to deal with you, Peggy.
Yeah.
I don't need the kitty parade over here inserting herself in none of her business. None of her business, and I wouldn't have even addressed her.
But I liked it. I liked it.
Would not have addressed. Shut up, Lydia.
You know what? It probably would have worked out better if she just would have said "shut up" as opposed to getting all crazy and being like, "The one thing that gets me going is when someone accuses me of something I didn't do."
And Shannon is too defensive about that.
She really is. I'm surprised she didn't throw her mic pack out because she
God,
did
that
say
would've been
her
epic.
signature move. I'm
done.
I'm done.
I'm really waiting for her to have a Lisa Rinna moment and pop a bottle or something like that.
Yeah.
Throw a glass. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about Shannon. She doesn't get like physically angry.
I guess that's
well,
good.
the plate. Never mind the plate. The plate.
The plate.
That poor plate. Where is it? I mean, like that. They need to do something with that.
It
plate.
needs to go into the clubhouse.
Exactly.
I'm sure Andy will get his shady hands on it.
Shout out to OC for still playing that clip every week. Except last week, I think they missed it, but it was definitely on the week before.
Shout out to the quiet woman. We're gonna come in for dinner.
I know. I told you it's an hour and 20 minutes away from the
I
studio.
want to sit at that table.
I do too.
So, like you said, Peggy is taking forever to get to her point, which is like, if you're gonna come in, like, shout out to Lian Lockett on Dallas. That bitch had no cards in her hands tonight. Like, you need to be ready to talk. But Peggy, so yeah, whatever. So she's like, well, let's talk about how at least I'm not going through chemo. And I'm like, what? Sorry, I hate to yell.
If she
Sorry.
would have worded that better, it would have came off like super good because it would have made everyone else look petty. You know what I mean? Because everyone would have realized, wow, at the end of the day, she was sick. She got her breast removed. Let's have a little sympathy. But instead, she just worded it all weird and cried, and I don't know.
But you know what, though? I mean, the fact of the matter is the story has been confusing to every single person there.
Totally
Why is
true.
it confusing? Because she's telling it.
Yeah.
And nobody would ever have any questions about this. And if you don't want people to talk about your illness, don't talk to those people about it.
Yeah.
Or be super effing clear
Exactly.
about what
And
you're gonna
everybody
say.
there can confirm you have not been clear.
I think if I were in
hasn't.
the other lady's shoes, I think I'd say, oh, who cares? I mean, she's healthy, she's here. I can't even get involved. That's what I would do.
Yeah. That's what I would have said, definitely, especially coming from last season. Like, I don't want to talk about cancer anymore. Like,
Last
we
three
We
seasons,
had enough of it with Brooks.
Yeah.
We have a cancer-free season.
Yeah, like, I just want...
The production team should have said, no, don't mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Production team should have been like, we're going to take this word out of your vocabulary. It's the new Munchausen.
God, I'm not ready for any of that.
Oh, God.
In the bathroom, Shannon's upset and very angry and upset. Tamra's urinating apparently during this conversation, and Shannon says that David probably offered good cancer doctors. That's what it was all about.
That was hilarious. She just pulled that out of the hat out of nowhere.
Okay.
That was totally not true.
But this is symptomatic of I think what's happening with Shannon is she has to believe the best in him. Otherwise, I think that she's just too afraid to see anything other than what may be true. Regardless of whose fault it is in the marriage, and he cheated, if he's pulling back from her like she's saying, she's probably thinking, oh my God, is it happening again? What am I doing wrong? So now she's like, oh my, so psychologically, I think she's just going into defense mode for him to sort of psych herself out and keep this marriage going.
Okay, that's a survival tactic.
Yeah.
Well-
Because that made no sense what she said.
Well, defending her husband makes sense.
I like this.
But I don't know
conversation.
why we did not have footage of this. Why didn't we have footage of
I
this?
know. I thought about that.
That was really interesting.
know.
So to me, a statement like that, and then once she realized what she said, she was like, oh, I need to use that. She brought it up like 3 more times. She was like, well, we just know cancerous doctors and
Yeah.
girl, we didn't see the scene. So to me, it seems like you're just pulling that out of your
Yeah,
butt.
and the actual scene with Deco and David, it was supposed to go on a lot longer. And even Deco said I watched What Happens Live. There was a lot more to the conversation. We really only saw, I think, about not even a minute's worth of time. Like, there's no content, guys. Like, let's watch that full thing play out so we can see exactly what was said. Was there grilling really going on? What else was being said there?
I mean, I think there was a little bit of grilling. I think it was just the way that David was asking. He was like, does she have it or not? But I can see why he would ask that. It's been confusing.
Exactly.
So Shannon storms out of the bathroom only to tell everyone that she's calm.
That was amazing.
That was epic.
And Shannon and Peggy have a one-on-one moment at some other table somewhere. I don't know where the hell they were.
Hold on, though. She got mad that you said she was calm. She was like, don't say I'm calm.
I think it's because Lydia said it.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, I just can't go with Lydia on anything.
So Peggy says that Deco was scared to talk to her the night of the anniversary party. Okay. He didn't seem too scared.
No, he didn't.
Not at all.
Shannon asks if Peggy's okay, and Peggy's just mad that she doesn't have her support. And then Peggy exits in tears. Did Peggy overreact to this? Or did Shannon overreact to this? I mean, I think they both did, but I think Peggy really overreacted to having to leave, like, and broke down tears over this.
It was a strange situation just because Peggy a couple minutes before was on a roll, and the way she was
Very aggressive.
even though it wasn't the right way, like there's a certain way to argue, don't you
Yeah.
especially Housewives style.
Yep.
Housewives style, like there's a certain way you argue with the facts, with emotional intent behind to cut. And she wasn't cutting the right way, so when she just cried a couple minutes later, I was really thrown off.
It was so odd.
Yep.
So odd.
What was really odd was Shannon running all over Megan's house in the garage.
Yeah, what is
yelling and screaming? I'm done. Get me out of here. I'm tired of being an asshole.
And
Like, oh my
Tamra's like,
God.
stop acting like one of my favorite parts.
Yes, important. I think it's important in their relationship to be able to have that open back and forth.
Exactly. If Tamra can't say,
Yeah.
hey, you're being an a-hole
Yep.
and you need to relax, then what can we say to each other?
Yeah. And then Tamra claims she did stand up for Shannon.
Where?
I try to forget.
Stood up by sitting down.
I was hoping one of you would
Right.
remind me. I was hoping I missed something.
No, because if
No.
you missed it, we missed it too.
Yeah, I mean, there's three.
She was like,
we all
let
saw the
Peggy
same
talk.
show.
She did. She did. She said that.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? She has defended Shannon enough. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, and not only that,
When?
when you see.
When?
Oh, stop.
Well,
she really has.
At Kelly's house when they were fighting on either side of
She's
the
friends
bed.
with Shannon this whole time just to be on her loyal side because she doesn't want to be
I
on
mean, it was
Vicky's.
that was mess. It wasn't that clear. I mean, I can see the gray space that you're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, if the shoe was on the other foot, I feel like Shannon would have had Tamra's back. And I feel like it would have
She
been
would've.
it's in that whole,
That's
like,
Tamra.
I'm in defense of my friend, and I don't care what you are saying to her, and if she's wrong, I'm still going to defend her.
Sometimes you
hard
just
to
get
get that
tired of the
loyalty.
drama, though. Sometimes you're tired
I mean,
of the
you're
drama.
right. I wish I had someone loyal like that. I mean, you're right.
I'm that type of friend.
But
Yeah.
I will defend you to the death, even if I know you're wrong in front of everybody else, but in private, I'll be like, bitch.
Damn, you're a good friend.
I am that friend.
You're
Well,
a good
that's
friend.
good.
I've always
yeah.
been like that.
That's
Wow.
good.
And I demand that too. So that's why I feel like I'm that kind of like Shannon type
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
But I feel like there comes a point where if we are best friends, you know how you're going to take me in private and be like, you were wrong? Sometimes you just have to call it like you see it and being like, you're actually wrong right here. You need to just stop and just stop letting this affect you so much. And that's what she was trying
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
she
she
was
said she was
trying to
being
be a
too
good friend and being
emotional.
like, dude, just relax. Like,
Yeah. You're just too
you
emotional.
are bringing this all on yourself. You're the one getting riled
Yeah.
up.
She is doing that.
She's going to have a heart palpitation herself.
Okay.
Well, Peggy in the van or whatever they were, the limo. Who
Girl,
knows?
just drive home.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, can we be done with these two? Like, let them have their own like web
Actually, just
series
drive
somewhere
right
else.
off.
She waited.
right off the show.
Yep.
I'd have been like, Uber
Peggy-
driver, go.
Yep. So Peggy tells Lydia that Shannon spun everything around.
God, where is Heather Dubrow when I need her?
I know that bitch. Where is she? She's
Heather would have been like, I am done with this. This has gone on for too long. I don't want to hear about this anymore.
Yep. You two need to figure this out on your own. We're not doing this.
Before we go to Iceland.
Yep. So Shannon, I miss her. I mean, that woman is a difficult person, but I like her nonetheless.
Yeah,
I like her on the show.
I've
Yeah.
always been so weird about Heather. Like,
I've loved,
I love
hated,
the
and I loved
idea
her
of
again.
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I go back and forth.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Remember when I saw her at the OC fair? I was petrified to go up to her. I'm like, I want to go up to her, but then again, I just have so many mixed feelings. She just was not approachable. Not approachable. Terry, on the other hand, taking photos with everybody.
Because he wants to be the star.
Yeah. Oh, he totally does. I think Heather gets annoyed by it too.
Yeah. So the next day, Shannon goes over to Tamra's house, and I'm thinking we're going to have to rehash every moment that we just saw. But actually, we learn, and I hate to even start to go here, but Tamra has heard from her daughter Sydney. Her daughter texted and invited her to go to the graduation, which is a great moment. If you're watching, you have no idea what the current situation is between the two of them, but I almost hate to see this in slow motion because you know that Tamra's going to screw this up.
We've been waiting for this to come up, and we've been talking about this since the beginning of the season because of the way that everything's being played out. These shows, they've evolved along with time. So now that we have these shows playing out, people are tweeting in real time what's actually happening in the current situation. And when that came out, Sydney was not happy about this, about the fact that Tamra was bringing her up on the show again.
And posted photos of her.
And now it's finally, the episode is finally here.
Yeah. Oh, I cringe for her because I can see like the hope in Tamra's eyes, and I'm like, don't screw this up. But it's too little, too late.
It felt like she was just bringing it up for TV. It didn't feel that real to me. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was real. What did you think?
I don't know. It's a difficult situation. I just feel like if you know that she doesn't want to talk about it on TV, like she doesn't want to be brought up on TV, then I probably wouldn't bring her up.
Just stop bringing her up.
But on the flip side of that is the show part of it, wherein you kind of do sign over your life to the show to a certain degree. So if they say, can you talk about something, some things you can probably refuse to talk about from my limited experience, but some things are like, we need some resolution.
Yeah.
So there was a nice
you have to
message
tie,
behind it.
you have to put a bow on some things. That's,
Yeah.
You know,
There was a
Story
nice message
producing,
behind it.
yeah.
Like you have to go through the shitstorm to get to the other side.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was a nice message behind it. I could see that.
Well, then Shannon turns it on herself, and she said that she's humiliated from last night, but it was a turning point for her. What's different between this and any other breakdown, though?
I know.
mean,
I'm like, that wasn't even that bad.
I
Like,
know.
girl, you threw plates a couple weeks ago.
Shannon says that she's just sad because she keeps thinking about the affair again, and that she's sad and lonely.
And I believe it.
This is what I'm saying. This show just isn't healthy for her to do.
yes,
It's not.
It's so healthy.
How is it healthy? She's living
so
under a
healthy.
He just loves the
microscope.
entertainment aspect of it.
She's living under a microscope. It's dangerous.
I have loved her since the moment she got mad at Heather Dubrow about the whole seat change situation. Like, I have
And
been
Heather
in
kicked
love
her out
with
of her house?
I have been in love with her ever since then because
We'll all see the truth.
I feel like she wears her heart on her sleeve. I love that, and I love that she reacts. So many times, like, I feel like people get on TV and they don't react anymore. They play it so safe, and I feel like Tamra does this a lot.
Oh yeah,
She does it a lot now. But I like Tamra when she was.
It's true.
That's the thing. Like, but the thing is with Shannon is I don't mind
They're
seeing
all pretty
Shannon.
reserved now.
I don't mind seeing Shannon get all tied up in the drama of with Peggy and all this stuff. But it's like she's just it's all coming it's all coming from a really dark, negative space. That's what I'm saying. Like the good TV that we're getting from her is coming from a really bad place.
Yeah.
But maybe she'll have an arc, and this will be the turning point for that arc.
Sometimes people do. Sometimes really bad things happen to you
Yeah.
on TV, and something amazing comes out of it.
Yeah.
And I hope we
But
see that.
Shannon is just, she's not, I've said it already, she's not putting her best foot
She's
forward.
gonna have to. They're gonna have to do some therapy.
Yeah. Well.
And I totally agree with you, Grant. From the beginning, you have said this all season long. This show has messed her life up.
It has.
I don't think it's ever going to be the same. So she might as well just keep going. Might as well just keep going, girl, until you are just put in the loony bin.
Oh my God.
Until you
Win an
have
Emmy.
found yourself and got into a better place.
Yeah, girl. But
It
you know
can
what?
happen. It happened to Tamra.
I want to see
It
her.
It did happen to Tamra.
She got a
Yeah,
happy ending.
we saw the flashbacks.
See?
that was
so good.
that little
See, it can
That
happen.
messy gay through
messy
the glass.
gay through the glass.
This is why you're getting divorced. So
That
amazing.
always makes me laugh. This is why I
This
have
was such a
such
good
a
episode.
respect for
It
Gina
was a good
Keogh.
episode.
Gina, when Gina's bad, she's so bad. I love it. She recruits the gays to
Leaving
come
with
not.
with wet hair. Simon never acted like this, and this is why he's leaving you. Yeah, that's why you're getting divorced.
I'm gonna throw your skinny ass in the pool.
You guys, we watched the clip like 3 times. We rewound it. It was amazing.
We need a reminder as to what the show once was. Is that terrible to say?
No.
What we love about this show.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
been lost.
Yeah.
We need to be found again.
Yeah. So Shannon says that her. God, it just gets worse. Her and her husband are just roommates, and going to Iceland will help her. And I guess like absence makes the heart grow fonder. I guess so. I don't know.
I think it does, and I think it'll do some good. I've been saying that she needs to get away from David. Like, get out of that man's space for a minute.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you need it.
Let him cheat. I feel like this. I mean, I've seen it said plenty of times. If you are not prepared to leave this man, then you need to let him cheat in peace.
Wow.
Oh
That's
my
a
God,
statement.
Richie.
Think about it. No, think about it. It's so true. If you're not prepared to leave, let him cheat in peace.
Let him work out in
Otherwise,
peace. How about
you
that?
need to leave. You need to do something about it.
Let him work out in peace.
Are you
Otherwise,
pro-
it comes
are you-
across as nagging.
Are you pro divorce?
I'm pro Shannon being happy.
Okay.
So she's either gonna have to find a way to be happy in that marriage,
Yes.
or happy out of it.
Yeah, you're totally
You know,
right about that.
That's really. I mean, honestly, that's what I
Yeah.
want.
No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, the ladies pack. There's some comment about what's her face? Kelly talking about PETA.
Oh
People
my
eating
God,
tasty
girl, they're gonna
animals.
come after you. Don't
That's
you know
awful.
they're crazy?
That's awful.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
was
So, what else can we say? Shannon can't fit into anything. David's just eating and doesn't know what to say. There's nothing that man can say. There's nothing anyone can say.
He didn't even say anything. He
You
just ate
can't.
chips.
You absolutely can't say anything. I don't have any clothes to fit into. What do you say? So anyway, I don't know. I think we've maxed out our time here. So
Yes, we have.
next week in Iceland, they're climbing a mountain. It gets ugly. So
It should be a good episode.
Yeah. I don't know. At one point, Vicki, Shannon, and Tamra are all left at the same table because Lydia can't handle it. So maybe they'll leave one of the housewives behind. One of those ladies could stay behind.
Lydia.
Peggy. That's
Thankfully.
Anyway, you guys keep up with us on all of our platforms. What do you want to promote?
Hey guys, Lian Castillo. You can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian, and check out the blog at hollywoodlian.com. I have a couple new details that I want to share with you guys, including 2 film cameos and a small spot on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Super exciting.
Yay! You guys can stalk me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Skye.
And Needy Leaks is a total mess, and I talk about it on Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk, episode number 72. Please check it out and support my show. And that'll do it for us. We'll be back next week, reporting from Iceland at AfterBuzz TV.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.